Welcome to the Winning Edge Investments Podcast. Winning Edge Investments provides industry-leading horse racing and sports betting tips, ratings and education, enabling you to invest intelligently and treat your betting like a business. Go to www.winningedgeinvestments.com to learn more about how you can start to supercharge your betting bank immediately. Treat your betting like a business and invest intelligently with Winning Edge Investments.
Today on the Winning Edge podcast, we're joined by Enver Jusufovic, who has pinstriped in the Australian Guineas tomorrow. G'day, Enver. How are you, mate?
G'day. Good, thanks, Brad.
That's good. We'll get on to pinstripe a bit later, but give us a bit of background on how you got into the game. You've been training for, almost 20 years now?
Yeah. I've been in the industry for about 35 years, actually, and really had no idea, during my schooling days, what path I'd take. I was quite competitive at sport, playing volleyball and represented Victoria and played National League. So really just had odd jobs. I was carting pies for 4 and 20 and heralds and that, and just focused on my volleyball, and got asked to go to Korea to play there for 12 months, but wasn't able to due to sort of circumstances. And by the time I was 25, the body started to pack it in a little bit. Had a Korean and Filipino coach, and they didn't miss me.
Pretty hard on the body, were they?
Yeah, they were. You're doing. I was probably one of the shortest guys in the team, and you'd have someone 6'6" on your shoulders and doing squats. And I love to train. It got me really fit, and then pretty much basically when I met Mick Bell at a bakery. Jungle Edge fame, and although he was a farrier, I think he was a little bit cash strapped, and he was working for Tip Top, and we were talking horses because I didn't mind a punt, and he invited me to his property at Turin, and I went there, and I left 4 and 20 soon after, and got a job with Greg Urell, who'd only just finished the show jumping scene.
Yep.
And I thought I'd better learn the basics first, and that was patting a horse.
It'd be a good guy to learn from, though, Greg Urell.
Yeah, he was very hard, but just a true horseman, and a brilliant rider, and he taught me to ride, and I'm nowhere near as good as what he was.
Do you still ride, or?
No, I don't anymore. I'm pretty much on the ground all the time now, but I rode for a good 20 years and had my own breaking in and pre-training business.
All right, and so tell us about your team now. How many horses have you got?
Well, last week I had about 17. I'm up to about 25 now. It's increased a little bit. Yeah, which is good.
Amazing what a few wins does.
Yeah, generally speaking, I have around 25, 30 in work. And sort of cap it off there, as it's sort of well known in the industry, it's hard to get staff. So I can't get too big. I don't want to get too big because you lose that individual touch with every horse. So between 25 and 30, that's a good number.
All right, and you've had some good horses in your time. You've had like just Highfalutin, O'Malley, Lindhout, who you lost last year, but nothing like Pinstriped?
No, Miss Albania was another one, and Sharing, and no, this fella, he's just different to those horses. They were very good or exceptional in my stable. Highfalutin was extremely highly strung. She didn't help herself. Sharing was the same. Lindhout was the same. O'Malley was good, but this guy, he's just got that swagger. He goes out to work and he walks like Usain Bolt. he takes it all in. He's not he's not hot. He doesn't get excited by the occasion. He's just different, just very different, and he's the true athlete that's only going to develop some more. He hasn't filled out totally yet, so I think he's only going to get better.
Have you noticed he's developed since that Moe win?
He has, yeah. I deliberately spelled him after that, and I suppose a lot of trainers could have got excited and taken him to town straight away. And that I just was sort of looking at the future, and as soon as he went past the post, for whatever reason, and I'm not like this, Guineas popped in my head. This horse is a miler, so I put him out straight away without any hesitation, and he spelled at Chira Sullivan's place, and when I went and picked him up, he just looked fantastic. So it was an uninterrupted prep, and he's progressed from there. But he's still got to fill out. He's just a young centre forward, I suppose, in footy terms.
Yep, he's quite big, isn't he? He's pretty strong.
He is. He's athletic, and they're the types I look for now at the sales. Albeit he was a weanling, and I had the services of Gary Mudgway finding him, and once I saw him, he was the one I wanted out of all the horses I'd seen, and I had credit for 50,000, Brad, and walked away.
That's a good investment.
Yeah, paying 80.
Yeah, did you? Well, how hard was it to go over that $50,000 limit?
It wasn't hard. It was frustrating though, because there was one other person on it, and when two are on it and they want them bad, they
goes higher and higher pretty quick.
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you, 80 was going to be the last one for me.
Wow. Yep.
So I got lucky.
You got lucky, and the underbidder didn't get lucky.
No, not on this occasion. Over the years, you learn to walk away. I'm glad on this occasion I didn't.
Yep. What attracted you to him at that time?
Just he's present, and he just had that gleam in his eye that he was different. Obviously, his conformation as a weanling was good. Not that I know too much about weanlings, and that's where the services of Gary Mudgway helped me there, because you've got to foresee their growth, and I never thought he'd grow this big and be this athletic, because the mare's not big, his mum, Schnitzel Blitz, but she throws a big type. But it was more his eye and his demeanour. You can go to the sales and you can see their demeanour. They could be tired and that's why they're quiet.
Yep.
Or so you're a little bit unsure there, but Chira was of the opinion that he was always like that.
You must be pretty chuffed to have that Moe win, target the Guineas, and actually get him to the race.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a dream. Something I've dreamt of all my life, to do something. And when I played volleyball, I represented Victoria. I wasn't the best player. I was probably a smart player, and there were plenty of guys a lot better than me, but didn't have the application. So that was as far as I could go. But I thought if I could get that far with my ability, you can do it. Just try and transfer that, into this industry, and just try and make some right decisions. But with me, it seems to take a long time.
You must be pretty excited to take on, or as a patriotic Victorian, to take on a horse like Profundo from New South Wales.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like AFL and that, the old days, the Vics play in New South Wales and all that. Representing Victoria, you tend to dislike the opposition. You think they're cocky. I'm from New South Wales. I'm from Queensland. I'm better than you. So, with respect to them these days, I've still got that mentality though, and as the old Teddy Whitten used to say, let's stick it up them.
And they might be a bit cocky coming into this race first up with Profundo as well. I know it's not his target race, but
yeah, just another analogy. It'll be a bit like Rocky and Ivan Drago with the Kieran Mars data and Profundo being a $1.9 million horse.
Yep, the battler.
I hope none of their connections see this podcast.
Yeah, hopefully not. Oh, it's not that big, so maybe not. He won on debut on a heavy track, won by 5.5. What's his preferred track conditions, and what do you think it'd be like tomorrow? I know it's a good 4 at the moment, but there's a bit of rain possibly forecast.
Yeah, well, they forecast sort of up to 30 mil, but it just depends on whether that cloud's located over Flemington, as you know, down here in Victoria. So he's adapt to all sorts of conditions. That's the data you've got, really. He's won on a heavy, he's won on a soft 6, and he's won on a good track. So, perhaps on a rain-affected track, that may not suit some and suit others, but I think Profundo's won on a good track. Interestingly enough, both Profundo and Haitotsu won their maidens over 1,400. We've won over 12. So I suppose I'm trying to talk myself into that. We're going to be the better sprinter miler, where they're going to target more. AJC Derby, Queen Elizabeth Stakes.
Yep. You must be pretty excited about his 2 wins this prep. Moonee Valley, I'm guessing, wouldn't be his preferred track first up.
No, and 1,200 too. Yeah, this prep in his jump outs, he indicated to me that he wasn't as sharp as he was in his previous prep. So, it suggested to me that he was working more like a 1,400 to a mile horse, and to circumnavigate the field that day, and they weren't really winning from out wide. Was a great effort, and Fight Dance Tycoon was a very good run that day first up, and he's franked the form, winning at Caulfield.
Yep. And last start at Flemington, you must have been pretty happy with how he really chased the line to get Pasaro. Yeah,
sensational. I watched the race from about 200 metres from the owners. I needed a breather from them, and when they went past me, there was certainly daylight between the leader and us. So for him to chase that horse home, and the second horse was an enormous run, but for us to do that and still be strong on the line was a credit to him, and Mick D got off and he said, "You know what? I think there's still improvement in this horse."
Yep.
So,
what have you done with him since that win?
Just he's pretty fit. Just keep him in one piece, and he does a lot of dressage here with one of my riders, and rather than go in a circle all the time. So sort of go back to my volleyball days. It's not all about playing games and that. It's building up certain areas and that you've got deficiencies in. So it's just a matter of doing that sort of stuff. 1%ers, Brad.
Yep, that's what you need to win Group 1s, and a bit of luck as well.
Yeah.
Gate 11, where will you sit with him?
Yeah, Mick approached me and he said, Gate 11, what do you want me to do? I said, mate, that's out of my control. I've done my job.
He's won 5 Group 1s. He won the race last year.
He did. And I said to him, you won the race last year. He said, yeah, but there was no pressure because it was 100-1 shot.
Yeah, exactly. A bit different. I think it's 300-1, wasn't it?
Oh, well,
almost, yeah.
But I don't think it's too bad a barrier because he's a big athletic horse. He's a horse that can sustain a long run. As long as I think there's going to be genuine speed being a big field, and they'll want to take up their positions early in that. I can see sort of 3 wide. I'm hoping we're a touch better than midfield. There's speed outside us. There's speed inside us. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky, but it is what it is.
just need a good ride from Mick. If you find some cover, I think he'll be pretty strong late.
Yeah, regardless of where he is, if he can get cover and, you know, you can get a lot of bad luck in races, and that hopefully it doesn't eventuate, and, you know, we can have every opportunity.
And it must be useful having Mick on the horse for the first 3 runs. Got a good association there.
Yeah, Mick's been riding me for quite a while now, and he knows how I want the horses ridden and that, and he gives you a good report when they come back. Albeit he doesn't say a lot, but when he says something, you listen.
I'm sure he's quietly confident though.
He's confident in the horse's ability, and I think, as I said, because we're a genuine chance, he is feeling the pressure a bit, and so he should.
Yep. Yeah. No pressure, Mick. No pressure. And you're also part of the ownership group, so some pretty big celebrations if you can get the victory.
Well, they've been celebrating. The owners are from all different walks of life. You know, there's a couple of QCs in it, and there's guys from Wangaratta, and they come down and they rent a room at the Quest Apartments, and I'm surprised they're still allowed in there. They tend to party, but my celebration last week, I was stuffed. You know, it's just a big relief.
Yeah.
That he got me my first Group 3, and I went home and I had eggs on toast and a glass of milk. Would you believe?
Living the high life.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, can't complain with that. And you've had some offers from Hong Kong for the horse as well?
Yeah, I had numerous phone calls, and I never asked for an offer, but they've put them down. And I'll tell you what, if you ever go to war, there's a couple of operators there. They can talk. They can sell ice to the Eskimos. They're brilliant. And
what's the biggest offer? Can you tell us? Or
I don't really want to say.
Yeah.
But I don't know what your house is worth, but you could upgrade significantly.
Yep.
You could live in Toorak, and with some change.
All right, we can guess on that. Tell us about the Earmuffs pre-race. I heard that it's a pretty big deal from it. It sort of sharpens him up.
Yeah, because he's still new to the game. You know, this is only his second prep, and he's only experienced one country race. You know, quite a laid back atmosphere, no houses around the course and all that traffic. We put the earmuffs on him going to the races and in the truck, and then when he gets there, it's a little bit daunting for him, the surrounds and that. And he did play around a little bit in the pre-parade ring and put a dent in one of those plastic running rails prior to the race, which wasn't ideal. But anyway, when time came to saddle him up, and we had to put the bridle on, the earmuffs had to come off, and they did. And the eyes lit up. He had his game face on, and he started to get on his toes. But once we got in the mounting yard, we were able to then put the earmuffs back on. But when we were in the mounting yard, he relaxed quite good. But once you take him off, he's got white line fever.
Yep, that's what you want from a racehorse.
Yeah.
Are you confident he'll handle the atmosphere tomorrow?
I'm not sure. You know, there were a few tricks there, last week. So I'll be there, and it'll be all hands on deck, trying to keep him as relaxed as you can. You know, you got to be there 3 hours before, so it's not easy.
Yep. All right, mate. Well, best of luck with him. Very exciting time for the stable. You've got one other horse, which I know is nominated for next week, Holt. Just want to touch on him. He's pretty smart as well. He's
got ability. He's chalk and cheese compared to Pinstriped regarding his mental state of mind. He's probably the hardest horse I've ever had to train. On the training track here, he just takes off. He just can't handle the occasion. At the races, he's pretty good. albeit he got scratched at the barriers last start. But he's been in work 5 months now without a run, and he's doing all his work now in the Sandhills. But he's got the talent, but I've just got to get those ball bearings aligned in that scon of his. Yeah.
Yep, just keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, fantastic to chat. Any other horses in the stable we should look out for, or Pinstriped and Holt the main two to watch?
They're probably the main two at this stage. It's a little bit quiet. As you know, I've lost quite a few horses of late, so I just need to rebuild, but always seem to find one anyway.
Yeah, you definitely got a good one in Pinstriped anyway.
Good on you. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Enver. Good luck tomorrow, mate, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Good on you, Brad. No
Thanks,
worries.
Enver. Cheers, mate.
At Winning Edge Investments, our team of highly skilled expert analysts and full-time professional punters review the data, crunch the figures, assess the best betting opportunities, and deliver them to your phone via our app and your email inbox in real time so you profit. Go to www.winningedgeinvestments.com, look at our membership options, make your choice, and enter the promo code PODCAST to receive a special 25% discount on your first membership just for listening. That's PODCAST in capital letters for a 25% ongoing discount on your first membership. Treat your betting like a business and invest intelligently with Winning Edge Investments.